Post-2020 Biodiversity Framework is processes that ensure that national legislations establish measures to ensure land rights for women, because women are the guardians of biodiversity, and women in local communities, indigenous peoples, and rural women have been the guardians of biodiversity, and they have conserved it and managed it sustainably for millennia. But in many countries, women don't have access to their lands, and the processes of inheritance takes land from male to male, and they cannot take the decisions over their land that they are using in a sustainable way.
Post-2020 biodiversity framework should be more inclusive, and it has to go down to the community who are really conserving biodiversity at the local level. It should be led by community at the local level on the ground who are dealing with biodiversity on a day-to-day basis. The post-2020 biodiversity framework should also be more gender-friendly. Women, especially the indigenous women, they are resource managers and their voices need to be heard. The convention here today, if they don't listen to the indigenous voices, is going to affect down the generation. So it's very important that the local communities, the indigenous people's voices are heard and they have to be included.
We need to be visionary. We need to look outside of the protected areas. We need to be more inclusive. We need to see the threats that are taking place in the urban spaces. And for us to do that, we are already building alliances, but we need more funding, we need more support, more partnerships to build capacity to meet the challenges. Challenges, as I said, involve the entrepreneurial forces that are coming from us humans, especially in waste management, that's causing so much impact on our biodiversity. We have to work together to find solutions to these problems.
The post-2020 framework on the CBD process must be gender budgeting. It should answer to a gender-responsive perspective, and for me that means that all parties, relevant stakeholders, organizations, even the Secretariat must reinforce their actions to allocate the needed resources to aim gender justice, not gender equality, not to achieve gender balance.
My advice for the post-2020 is the integration of women, that is gathering all the women from the base level, like the indigenous, the IPLCs, and other women for the government to facilitate their integration in policy making, in anything that concern their development, and also developing their skills by giving them capacities to speak for themselves, to write for themselves, and to train them on sustainable activities that can improve their status and well-being.
And I'm here in the conference on biodiversity, the COP14, because I think it's important that we acknowledge human rights within the convention, and especially acknowledge the recently adopted Escazú Agreement on access right, which is access to information, access to participation, and access to justice on environmental issues.
I am thinking that this is the most important piece. We are making the peace, and we are building our future, and everyone, we are the peace builder. And I think what I need to our government and our parties, don't pretend they are listening to us. If they listen to us, don't ignore us. And we should be visible in this process, and we should unite. And each region, we doesn't make each region's people as isolated. So just we unite, and so let me in the process.
Respect is the core value that is needed to be accepted. in the planet for the Post-2020 framework on biodiversity conservation. Without a respect, we will not be able to achieve much. Respect to our planet, respect to our cultures, respect to women knowledge, respect to the right of children to have a proper traditional education, respect of the indigenous knowledge.
Many people think that gender is related only to women, but gender means man and woman. So I hope by 2020 all the people will recognize and respect the rights of women and should be visible in her community and in her society. The rights of women not interfere the rights of men and not interfere the role of men, but she should respected by her community and recognized.
That participation of women is not just about tokenism or making sure that there's just a woman on the table. It's much more about empowering those women who really are connected to the territories. And we see that within the territories, within the communities, women have a special role in defending the territory because they have this special connection with the plants and with the caring, etc. So they quite often have a very strong connection with the territory, and therefore they're also the ones who stand up when the territory is under attack. So therefore we also feel that in this space, and especially towards the post-2020 process, we need to hear especially those women who are standing up for their environment and see how we can empower them further. That is what will really help defend our environment and our planet.
Amelia Regin from Mexico.
Ruth Spencer from Antigua. We ladies, we women gonna move the process forward.
Mirna Inés Fernández de Oruro, Bolivia.
Carmen Capriles de Bolivia.
My name is Ana Di Pangracio from Fundación Ambiente y Recursos Naturales, based in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Grecia Bárcena from Mexico.
My name is Maimuna Omaru from Cameroon.
Women for biodiversity.